What's going on, Sunbelt fans? My name is Dominic Cruzetto. I host a weekly podcast, Sunbelt Syndicate. Nice little Christmas gift here. We know football season has wrapped up, unfortunately not in the greatest of ways, but decent start to bowl season and a pretty good season overall with some big upsets early on in the year. Now we're jumping into basketball season. I've been doing some videos along the way. I can hope to continue to do that throughout the entirety of the season to kind of give everyone a look on the entirety of the conference instead of just focusing on one team. It's been fun for me to do, and I hope it's been fun for you guys to check in and listen in on. We are now in the conference slate. Tonight is the first night, Thursday night. There are 7 games, 14 teams, 7 games. It's going to be the way it is. There's only 2 out-of-conference matchups the rest of the way, so we're going to get hard and heavy here. All games on ESPN Plus tonight. Most of them will be on ESPN Plus throughout the remainder of the season. We'll do kind of a short thing tonight since all teams are playing. So first game is 7 p.m. A couple of them all start at the same time. So 7 p.m. Eastern Time, App State travels up to Marshall. App State, no Division I wins in their last 6 games. Meanwhile, Marshall just 2 losses all season. So I'm going to favor Marshall in this one at home. 79-68. 7 p.m. tip as well. Arkansas State travels to ODU. Arkansas State 3-game win streak. ODU 4-game win streak. A lot of close games for both teams in those streaks. I expect that to continue tonight. I'm going to favor ODU in this one. 7-0 at home currently. Arkansas State just 0-4 on the road. Still close game though. I'm going 73 ODU, 71 Arkansas State. Next up, we've got another 7 p.m. tip Eastern Time. James Madison travels down to Georgia State. James Madison's coming off that kind of shocking, embarrassing maybe loss to Coppin State. How do they rebound in this one as far as Georgia State goes? Can they keep JMU from scoring a bunch of points? We've just gone over in the podcast. I called the Round Ball Roundup, just went over that in that episode about how JMU is the #1 scoring team in the country, all of Division I. They are the #1 scoring team. So how does Georgia State respond to that? I don't see them completely stopping them, maybe a little bit lower than they should, but I've got JMU 91, Georgia State 72. Another 7 p.m. tip, the last of the 7 p.m. tips, has Louisiana traveling down to Conway to face Coastal Carolina. Louisiana was on a 5-game winning streak before that loss to Texas, and then Coastal Carolina had a 2-game streak before their College of Charleston loss. Both Texas and CFC quality basketball teams, not a lot of shame in losing those games, but in this one, here's what you're going to want to watch for. Jordan Brown, Louisiana, one of the top scorers in the country, battling Islam Mustafa. They're not necessarily going to go head-to-head in that regard, but you're going to see the battle of 2 of the better players in this conference in that game if you're tuning into that one. I'm favoring Louisiana in this one. I think they're just a little bit better of a team right now. 78-73 over Coastal Carolina. Next up, the first of the 8 p.m. tips and my game of the night. Troy travels down to Southern Miss. Troy just 3-3 on the road, but 2 of those losses have been to ranked teams, so you do need to note that. And then Southern Miss 6-0 at home, having a really good season so far. Both teams coming off those losses, though. How do they rebound to getting into conference play? We know Troy's already upset Florida State earlier this year. I'm favoring them to upset Southern Miss in this one. Not by a lot. I got them going 74-71 over Southern Miss, but I think this is going to be the game of the night in the Sun Belt. Another 8 p.m. tip, you've got ULM traveling down to Texas State. ULM might have the more solid team, but Texas State's got the better player individually, I'd say, in Mason Harrell. So these are 2 teams that are kind of down, but keep an eye on this one. This still could be a good game because they're still pretty equal level-wise. I'm favoring ULM, though, 69-63. And then to round out the night for the Sun Belt action, 8 p.m. tip as well in Eastern Time Zone. South Alabama travels to Georgia Southern. Both 3-2 in their last 5 games. South Alabama comes in on a 3-game win streak, though. This one is another one that you're going to watch some players in specifically. This is the battle of the bigs. Sarasov for Georgia Southern versus Samuel for South Alabama. Both pretty good shooters for big men. Not the greatest, but both pretty good at it. I'm going to favor South Alabama on this one. I think Samuel may get the better of them in this one. I'm going to favor them 71-66. Hopefully everyone gets to check out the action tonight. We'll go and talk about it going into next week. Check out the podcast if you haven't done that. Again, covering all the teams, not just one specifically. Hopefully it gives you a good idea about what's going on without having to watch all the games if you don't want to. But also, hey, comment down below your score predictions. Think I'm wrong? Let me know. Let's have some fun with this. Start the trash talk, get into some conference play, and have some fun for this basketball season. Thanks for watching.